Hello, hello. All right, let's see here. Welcome, welcome. Giving some people some time to come in so we can get started. Let's see here. Okay. I think I'm going to use my elemental oracle today. It's what I feel like. Hello, hi, hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone. So I'm only going to do a couple readings tonight. Hi Jennifer, long time no see. We just talked like 30 minutes ago. I love it. Hi, hi, hi. All right, so I have not done a Facebook Live in a while. Life's busy, all that fun stuff, you know. But a friend of mine had come over for her own reading recently, and she's like, oh man, I really miss you doing that because I used to love to watch you read for everybody. And I was like, you know, you're right. I haven't done that in a while, so maybe I'll jump into it. And so I just felt called to do it. So what I want to do is I'm going to take the first 5 people or so that give me, let me think of an emoji that you can give me. First 5 people to give me the Saturn emoji or a moon emoji will get your reading. So I'm just going to do 5. So first people to give me a Saturn or a moon emoji will be added to the list. And then even if I get to 5, if I feel like doing more, I will. But Madeline, Lori. All right. Georgiana. Melissa. Sierra. So there's my 5. I'm going to take a few more. Jennifer, Ashley. Let's see. You guys are coming in so fast. Oh my gosh. Jennifer, Ashley, Heather, and Gabby. Jennifer, Ashley, Heather, and Gabby, I don't know if I will get to you tonight, but just in case I have a little bit more time after the first 5, I'm going to add you to the list, and then we'll go from there. So, girl, I would love a reading, but I have no idea how to do a moon or sun. Callie, I'll reach out to you afterwards. Just watch for now, and then afterwards we'll reach out. So, all right, I've got my people I'm going to read for. Madeline is going to be first up. So, Madeline, if you'll tell me hi, hello, so that I know you're here. I'm going to take a moment to shuffle and get the cards ready and connect for you. Ooh, and I got goosebumps straight out the gate. If you guys have never had a reading by me before, or have never been around me long enough to see me do my thing, goosebumps are my validation that I'm where I'm supposed to be, that I hit the nail on the head. Like, that's my thing from my guides kind of thing. So, all right, Madeline, I'm going to pull 3 cards for you. These are the elemental oracle cards. If you want your own reading, like a one-on-one reading, you can go to my website, heyashmack.com, and book a full reading after. So, pulling these cards for you. Madeline, the very first card says East. Because it's elemental, it's going to have things like East, West, North, water, desert, things like that. So this is the East card. This says beginnings. This very first card, straight out the gate, especially when it comes to the light and things like that, and the time, I feel like new things are starting for you, or there's new, I mean, it says beginnings. So obviously this is the beginning of something, but with it being that first card, this is more recent, like maybe even recent past type scenario. The second card, so beginnings, breath or life, and then music and joy are your 3 cards. So these 3 cards together, it's weird because it's almost like, sorry, I'm listening. So the way that they're bringing it across is like, we've started new things and life is starting to pick up in a way where it's like, okay. It's almost like I feel like the rug's going to be pulled out from under me. Does that make sense, Madeline? Because it's like things are starting to look up and things are kind of calming down a little bit in a way where, like, I'm almost scared to be happy about it because I feel like the rug's going to be pulled out from under me, in this aspect. But the cards itself, the way that I'm reading this is like, it's okay to like enjoy that. Yeah. Like they keep just showing me the rug being pulled. Don't worry about that. Just enjoy for what it is. Because the saying like, this too shall pass, a lot of people say it when there's bad things happening, but it also has to do with good things too. Not all good things have to come to an end. All bad things have to come to an end. Instead of worrying about the rug being pulled out from under you, enjoy it while it's happening right now. Because I see that this is what's supposed to be happening right now. Things are like looking up. Just enjoy it for what it is. And stop worrying about what it could be or what it isn't, is what they're telling me. Because there's almost like this fear of like, I'm looking at the potential of what it could be. Or like you are looking at the potential of what it could be. And it almost freaks you out a little bit, is how this comes across. Just enjoy it for what it is right now, okay? I hope that resonated for you. If it did, please let us know. Definitely an overthinker over here. Yep. That's okay. I'm an overthinker too. But the biggest thing is like, just I keep repeating this, and when I have to repeat something, it's because that's the important message, is like, enjoy it for what it is for now. And so stop worrying about what it could be. Stop worrying about what it isn't. Stop worrying about, like, let it go. So just like, let it go and let it flow, basically. So, all right. I'm glad that you needed that. I'm glad that resonated for you. And if you want a more in-depth reading, because 3 cards that's just a real quick, definitely go to my site and get in, girl. So, yes, actually brought tears to my eyes. Oh, good. I'm so glad. All right, Lori, let me know that you're here. Because you're up next. Lori Moore. And my phone might be on a delay, so if your comment came in and I don't see it, give me a minute. But Lori, let me know that you're here. I need to take a moment because I feel rushed. I feel like I'm in a hurry to get something done, or like I have to hurry to, like, hurry. This is how that's how I'm feeling, and I'm like, slow down. So I don't know if that's you, Lori. Lori might have had to step away for a second. We'll give her one more moment, and then if she doesn't pop in, we'll go to the next one, and I can come back to her in a moment. Might be. Yeah, because I was feeling that. Almost like panic. Not panic, but like, oh gosh. Kind of thing. So, alright. Well, if Lori kind of like pops in, I'll get her next. But Georgiana, oh, there we go. Sorry, my speaker's messed up. All right, well, there you are. All right, Lori, let me connect with you real quick. I think that was you, Madeline, because as soon as I connected to Lori, I don't feel as rushed. So, all right, Lori, your cards. These cards are really glossy, so my lights like hit them. Woo! Okay, this first card says movement. This is speed. Next card is passion or the soul. And then the last card is Adam's building. And so these three cards together, the way that these cards come across is in the sense that you've been moving forward on your way. Like you feel more connected with what your soul feels. Like you feel more alive in your spirituality and in your soul. And that's just been building. And so these three cards together, like literally, that's how it feels. And that's what that looks like. And so for me, what's weird, especially when you look at the imagery of these, it's almost like a blur. Like this feels like the last year or so just feels like a blur for you. Lots of tears in this one. This is the soul. This is passion. You found a new passion in being yourself, kind of thing. But the way that it's coming across is that with this newness that's there, there's also this sense of loss. And so there's a sense of grief of an old you, where you used to be and who you are now, and the people that used to be in your life and the people that are there now. Though there's a lot of beauty and a lot of love there, I don't know if you can see it in this as I can, but there's lots of tears in it too. And so for me, this is very much like, that's okay. The people that were with you before were meant to be with you on that journey. So we hear a lot about how people are with us for seasons. And in those seasons, that season may last a couple of days, or that season may last a couple of years, or sometimes those seasons last a lifetime. But they are there for a reason. We're learning lessons, or we're teaching lessons. And in that aspect, this loss and grief that I'm getting from that is wishing that they could come on this journey with you. But that's not their journey, and you have to understand that. And so being able to then almost like start from the bottom, atoms, tiny, tiny, small, we can't see them, but they build into bigger things where that's us wholeheartedly kind of thing. And so these three cards are coming up across like, it is okay to move forward without those that you wish could be with you. But it is definitely one of those, like you feel pulled to that. Like you feel very strongly like either I'm where I'm supposed to be, or I know I'm going in the right direction kind of thing. Because it feels like the energy of this feels very much in the sense of like, I finally feel like I'm in the right place. Whereas for so long you were doing so much to try and take care of other people, but even in all of that, you didn't feel like you were where you were supposed to be. And now things are moving in a way where that's happening for you, and you're just building on that. That's what that third card is coming across. So yeah, I hope that resonated for you. And if you're wanting a more deeper reading, definitely go to my website and book one. But I think the big thing is like, you're right where you're supposed to be, even if it's not the funnest in that aspect. So, and then if I read for you tonight, please take a moment and share it in the group and let people know, how that reading went for you. Even if it's a 3-card reading, sometimes those resonate so much, and that helps me out. So, but yeah, Lori, comment and let us know if that resonated for you as I go to the next person. Georgiana, if you're here, let me know if you're here. We're gonna it's your turn next. Georgiana. let me know if you're here. All right. Okay, awesome. I'm going to take a moment and connect with you and just pull some cards and see what they have to say. I don't know if y'all heard that, but the cards shuffle differently. Okay, cool. I'm glad that that worked for you, Lori. All right, Georgiana. As I connect with you, the energy feels very much, it's definitely a heavier feeling, in the sense of like, just a lot going on the stress front. And it's almost in the sense of like, I feel like I'm holding my breath is how this comes, how this, like I'm waiting for answers, or I'm just waiting to take like I need a break is what this feels like. And I'm holding my breath, like, waiting for the day kind of thing. So, just know that it is okay to take a break or take a breath, because, I don't know if you saw me straighten up, but like the tension in my back and my shoulders just kind of tells me I'm holding on to something heavy. And, it's in a way like, it's almost like you just have to carry the world for you and yours, kind of thing. And so that's how that's coming across. But this is what your card said. First card is West, and that is completion. The second card is South, and that is adventure. And then the third card is volcanoes, and that is power. And so the three cards together is like, it is, basically it is time for you to recognize that you can put things down. You do not have to be the bearer of all that weight. And this is, it's funny because the second card says adventure. And for me, the way that the energy comes across is in the sense of like, I am so in my, like, I want adventure so bad, but I'm so in this, like, almost like a routine, or like, in this, like, I get up, I go to work, come home, go to sleep, get up, go to work, come home, go to sleep. And there's not much of a adventure in your life is how this comes across. And so, especially with that third card being in power, like it is time for you to step into your power so that you can move forward in a way that makes life fulfilling is what that is. Because it really feels like, especially all that stress and tension and just weight and everything that sits on there on your shoulders, it is very much a, like, I feel like you think that you can't lean on anybody. And so because you can't lean on anybody, then you have to carry it all. And that's not true. That's not true. I think you just pick up things, because people know that you'll pick them up versus, setting appropriate boundaries. And I say that lovingly, and I say like, and I don't mean to like call you out or anything, but it's definitely, one of those things where like, that's how the energy is coming across. Like for you to get out of this rut or this mundane, like cycle that you've been in and find the adventure you want, you're going to have to step into your power and do so. So yeah. I hope that resonates for you. Like this very much is coming across like it's time for you to like do your thing instead of doing everybody else's thing. So, but yeah, if you'd like to go deeper in that, like I said, you can always book a full reading on my website, heyashmac.com, and we can dive a little deeper on that, with all of that. So, but yeah, let me know in the comments if that at least resonated for you. That's very true. With work, family, and friends, I feel like I have to be the strong one. Yeah, you don't have to, like, always be that. So yeah. But I'm glad that that resonated for you. The next on my list is Melissa Maddox. So, Melissa, if you're here, let me know. Ooh. Man, because when I connect with each person, it's always weird how the energy affects me, and not in a negative sense, just how I interpret the energy. Because for me, I'm what they call clairsentient. Clairvoyant is where you see the images and things. Clairaudient is where you hear things, and clairsentient is where you feel the things. And then Melissa Maddox, yeah. And cognizant is where you just know things, and I'm all four of those. But clairsentient is my strongest of the four, and it's so funny as I connect with each person, especially if you've watched me over the years. Each person like connects in a different way, and so the feelings and how my body starts like sending signals and stuff, it's always weird. But yeah. All right, Melissa Maddox, I see you, honey. So let me take a moment and connect with you. Oh, that was a good shuffle. So as I connect with your energy, Melissa, I feel very nervous, and I feel like sick to my stomach. Oh, that fell out, so you'll get an extra one. And I just feel like, ooh, like, I don't know what to expect. Oh my gosh. Like, that's how that comes across. So, all right. So you actually got 4 cards, because there was one card that flew out of the deck as I was shuffling, and that card was motion or air. Excuse me. And so this is very much like, feels like whirlwind kind of stuff going on, like lots of just chaotic or crazy. Not crazy in a bad way, but like chaotic or crazy in the sense of just like, whew, I don't know what's going on, you know, kind of thing. Does that make sense? So that's that first card. The next card is discipline or time, right? It's hard to read these cards because they're so shiny. Attraction or magnetism, and then the soul and passion, which was very similar to Lori's. And so these 4 cards together is coming across in the sense of like, it's funny because all this chaotic energy that I'm feeling, especially with that first card, it's time to kind of reel that in. That's what that discipline card is saying. It's like time to get organized, time to get your shit together. And I mean that in the best way. And being able to do so in a way will then, the term, your vibe attracts your tribe, or like you find your community when, you know, through your frequency kind of thing. That's what this card, the attraction card, comes like, that's the energy of that card. And even though you have your people, it's weird because there are more people coming down the pipeline for you that are meant to be in your life, either to teach you lessons or for you to learn lessons from, or vice versa. In the best way, like they're starting to come together a little bit. And so, and from that, you'll then find your passion or the soul piece that I talked about with Lori. And so, the first 2 cards, that motion and that discipline, is in the sense of like, my guides are literally like, it's time to get your shit together. Like, that's how they're saying it to me. And I don't know, like, you and I don't know each other very well, so I don't know exactly if that resonates for you as much as they're like, because this comes across as very funny to me, because it's, the imagery that they're showing me is very much like a girl. So yeah, it's one of those things, time to get organized, time to like really kind of, and I don't mean reel it in as in the sense of like changing who you are, or anything like that, because who you are is what makes who you are, is what makes you so great, right? And so it's one of those things where it's like, you have goals in this life that you want to reach, but you are not taking the time and putting it into motion and getting disciplined in that so that you can do what you want to do, basically. And so it very much is like a get your shit together kind of thing. So funny. But yeah. So I really hope that resonated for you. If you'll put it in the comments and let me know. And if you want to dive a little deeper, like I said, go to my website and book a full 30-minute or hour-long session with me. All right. And then we have Sierra coming up. So Sierra, let me know if you're here. You are so right. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Hi, Sierra. All right. I'm going to take a moment and connect with you. Oh, the cards didn't want to shuffle at all. I mean, they shuffled, but they didn't want to go. In fact, they're shuffling a little differently, and it shuffles differently for everybody. So this, when they shuffle like that, that is my indication of like tension, stress. Melissa, my fiance, says to tell you amen. That's funny. But yeah, Sierra, when the cards shuffle that way, that is my indication of like, so that did better, but they are tight when I go to pack them back together. So that's my indication that there's tension, stress, like an overwhelmed feeling that you don't share with anybody else. Like this is under the surface stuff. Like you make everybody else think that you got your shit together. But underneath it all, it like you feel like you're ready to crack. Sierra goes, oh Lordy, yeah, that tracks. I heard them shuffling and went, well, shit, that sounds right, yeah. That's okay, like, that doesn't mean it's bad, it just means, like, that just tells me how the energy is, and then as I'm connecting with you, that's how it's coming across. So, and Brandy, I already have all the people I'm going to read for tonight. They were at the beginning of the video, but if you'd like to get your own reading, you can go to my website, heyashmac.com, and book a reading. So, all right, Sierra. So the very first card is life or breath into life. The next card is west and completion. And then the last card is pressure and transformation. And that pressure and transformation is like really big for you coming up. So basically, like, that first card where it's life or breath, this is very much like a, the saying, breathe life into it, is what's repeating. And so I don't know if you're working on something or with someone or like trying to get something off the ground or really try to like bring something to life, you know, in that aspect, whether that's family or work related. What's weird is that it kind of feels like both like intertwined or something to that effect. But the saying breathe life into it is coming across. And so with that next card, the West card in completion, like those two cards together are telling me in the sense of like, you've been breathing life into something and now like we're in this moment of like, I'm just ready to be done with it, kind of thing. But there is still work to do is what I'm hearing. There is still work to do. That's why that third card is transformation. You are like right in the middle. That last card is transformation, but it also says pressure. And for me, it like they're showing me, my guides are showing me like how diamonds are made. They're made under pressure. Like the good things is made under pressure. And that's that transformation. And so these three together, the way that the energy is coming across is in the sense of like, we've been going through it. But to go through it, there's a transformation that happens on the other side. And so we're getting there and we're really close to all of that. But it's definitely like we're still right in the middle of it, if that makes sense. And so right now, it's the most important for you to just continue doing what you're doing, keep moving forward, and just transform. And that transformation, it's funny because they show me the pressure, but then when you open it up, it's like this butterfly kind of thing, which is so weird because pressure is like crushing and just so rough and hard and like, what the fuck? And then you open your hands and it's just this like beautiful butterfly. And so that's my indication of like, even though things are hard right now, it won't always be that way. And that you'll be able to move forward, with that, but there's still like, we're still breathing life into it right now kind of thing. So I hope that resonated for you. Like I said, if you want to dive deeper, go online, heyashmac.com, and let's book a longer session. But if you'll let me know in the comments if that resonated for you. And then I do have time for the others so Jennifer, Ashley, Burt, Heather, and Gabby. If you guys are still here, we'll start with Jennifer first. I'm gasping. Thank you. You're so welcome. I'm so glad that resonated for you. I'm gasping. I could just see you. That made me think of a comedian I saw. Oh God, I can't even remember who it was. Where they're like the gay gasp. I cracked myself up. All right, Jennifer, if you're here, let me know, and I will give you a free 3-card reading. And for those that are just joining, I have everybody on my list for tonight. But if you're interested in your own reading, please go on my website, heyashmac.com, or if you happen to be in the Clinton, Tennessee area tomorrow, I will be at the Mystic Orb from 12 to 5 tomorrow and offering discounted readings. So I'm still here. Yay. Okay, cool. Yeah, it all tracks. Thanks, love. You're welcome. Okay, Jennifer. Well, I'm going to take a moment and connect with you. Oh, that one fell out. So you'll get an extra one. Okay, so this very first card is the one that flew out of the deck, and it says fire or ignition. So this particular card straight out the gate, like the way that the energy kind of hits me is in the sense of like, it is time to ignite a new you. It is time for you to like light that fire, honey, and do what it is that really makes you feel alive, but it's not in the sense of like alive. It's in the sense of like at home is how this comes across. So the next card after that is companionship or animals. But this is in the sense, especially with that fire card, it's like, it's funny because it's like, I feel drawn to animals. But it almost makes me feel like it's time to like step into nature, in the sense of like, maybe it's time to take a little like walk around and ground yourself, in a way that I'm trying to interpret the info. It's like ground yourself and center in a way that is for you. Because when I talk about grounding and center, I'm like, let's go out, let's like put our bare feet on the floor, like on the ground, and really do the things. And so, but for you, that looks a little different. Like, yes, you can do all of that, but for you, it's almost like take some sketch paper and pencil and just go sit in a field or like in a hiking trail or something, whatever feels right to you. Like, these are just some things that are popping in, and kind of just sit with the birds and the bees and the, squirrels in the trees kind of thing. But that's how that companionship kind of piece comes across. And then the next card is Purity or Ice. And this card, just looking at this piece, is like that shadow work, getting the light and the dark, which we had mentioned in our previous reading. So it's time to kind of bring those together and kind of purify. God, man, for me, I don't know what it is, but I don't like the word purity, and that could be my own like religious trauma kind of stuff, but because it doesn't have to necessarily be anything negative, but this particular card is very much like let's do some shadow work while finding solitude with nature, and ignite. And what's weird is, like, especially with that first card and then this card, you got the fire and the ice. So that's really kind of, let's put it together and make some water. No, just kidding. God, I swear I'm ridiculous. And then your last card is also transformation under pressure. And so if you can do what we had mentioned in your last reading, along with shadow work and finding like solitude and things like that in all of this, you can really find that transformation in the best way. So this is just right along with what we had talked about earlier. So, but I hope that resonated for you. And as always, whenever you're ready for your next reading, you can go online, or if you have any questions, let me know. And then, so Ashley Burt is next. And somebody had asked a question. Lisa said, are you taking appointments for tomorrow in Clinton? I'm not necessarily taking appointments. It's a first come, first serve, but I will be there from 12 to 5. Unless it's so slow that like nobody comes to see me, and then I would be so sad. But yes, that was great. Thank you. You're welcome. But yeah, Lisa, if you want to come see me in Clinton, anytime between 12 and 5, I will be there, and I'm offering readings. All right, Ashley Burt, let me know if you're here. Ashley. What's funny is that I wrote you down as Asher, and I was like, who the fuck was that? Oh. A card flew out. Hi, Em. I missed your face. Oh, a bunch of cards flew out. Before I even read for Ashley, let's see what these cards, maybe these are meant for her. Fury, brush fires, marine life and richness, movement and speed, and then motion and air. I don't necessarily, this might be for Ashley, but this, whoever it's meant for, is very much like, it is time to get rid of the old. Brush fires tend to like burn down, obviously it's a fire, but burn down things in the sense of like, getting rid of old things, and then new things can grow. Like, even in all of that devastation, new things can grow. So this fury, this brush fire, when you think of a wildfire, like how like uncontrollable and how angry it can feel, that's what that brush fire can come across. But then that next card is richness, and that's the marine life card. And like, just look at how like colorful and bright and alive that can feel. So even with all that anger, and this is for whoever it resonates for. So just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Waiting on Ashley to pop in. But these two cards, like that Fury card, is just like, it is okay to be angry and let that fury just come up and burn down what's not meant to be there. Like, that's how that comes across. So that this new richness of life can come in and grow for you. And with that, you will find movement and speed and then motion. So you have movement and motion together. And, oh, and I have goosebumps. And so both of those together is like this whole, like, coming in with a passion almost kind of sense. So whatever it is, like, whoever's sitting there, like, angry and not letting it, like, not expressing yourself in the way you need to, that's ma'am or sir. So, all right, Ashley, I'm going to give you one more moment, and if you don't pop in, we'll go to Heather. Heather and Gabby, my last two. And if those cards resonated for anybody, pop in the comments and let me know. Also, stay spooky. I miss your face too. Thanks, Jennifer. These are some of the most beautiful. Like, I love the silver on them, and then they're just so pretty. No, you're fine. There's another card that fell out. This one's probably for you, Em. Protection. Cave. This one feels very much like, make sure that you're, like, protecting yourself when you need to. Setting those boundaries. All right, Heather. Ashley doesn't seem to be here, so if you're here, let me know. Georgiana, ghosts. Yeah. Did you see a ghost? I would not be surprised. Actually, I keep my shit pretty clean in regards to, like, energy cleansing, so I haven't seen any wispies in a while. But now I'm here by myself, so don't start shit. I'm just kidding. All right, Heather. Hi! I'm going to take a moment and connect and shuffle for you. Those cards also shuffle very short. There we go. That's better. Ah! Dropped the whole deck. I'm not gonna say what I thought. Hi. All right, Heather. As I'm shuffling, I'm sure you can hear the cards. They're coming. They're shuffling in a weird way where it's like very short, or like it'll be okay, and then it gets short, or like I'm dropping the cards almost. And so for me, the way that energy, it's very chaotic energy right now that's coming across, because it's like 1 minute I feel like I've got my shit together, and then the next minute I just want to break down, is how this comes across in that aspect. All right, so these first three cards. This first card is Oceans, and this is Bravery. And so, I know you've got a lot going on. I've seen some of your posts, you know, with your brother and stuff, and I'm sending him all the good vibes. But this particular card, it feels very much like, one, you're having to be brave for everybody else, because of this, like, situation that's happening. But two, there's a depth there that feels very much like I'm scared to see where that goes or how that goes kind of thing. And so, with first card is Bravery, second card is Cave or Protection, and then the last card is Rain, and I don't know what that word is. Fecundity, I have no idea. Sorry. Fecundity. Fecundity. I don't know. Either way, just looking at the imagery, I know what it's trying to tell me. But basically, these three cards together is like, we have bravery going on, like we're having to be strong for everybody, but it's important for you to also protect yourself. And if you need to, take a step back, because this is heavy for everybody, and I can feel that heaviness. But it's almost in the sense of like, if I'm not the one to do it, there's nobody else to do it, is how this comes across. And though that may be true, because my guides are telling me that may be true, you still have to take some time for yourself as well to be able to do what you need to do. And so if that means that you take a step back for 30 minutes to an hour just to cry, scream, whatever it may be, sit in silence, I don't care. Like, that's what you need to be doing to protect yourself. You also need to do some grounding work, because they're indicating, like, because of all this extra heavy stuff that's going on, you are not grounded or centered, and so it's coming across as very like there's just a lot going on, and I get that, but the energy is like, I don't know what I can do, and so I'm like, it's almost like a domino effect that's happening. And if you can get grounded and centered and kind of protect yourself, that will slow that domino effect down. And then with that, the rain, even though there's rain, can come across as being like dreary and dark and heavy, there is still new life there. There is still like this protection and love, and just like, we need the rain to be able to grow, kind of thing. So yeah, exactly. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but is a basic tenet of biology and survival. It's all about the ability to produce offspring and perpetuate the species. Comes down to the power of female dom. But this comes across as just in the sense of like being able to grow from everything that's going on. So, which is, even though I didn't know the name of that, I still had that on point. So, I'm just kidding. But thank you for the imagery too. And I appreciate the definition because I was struggling. But yeah, these three cards together are basically saying like, yes, there is bravery happening right now. And yes, it's needed. But make sure that you're taking time for yourself to ground, center, protect, the best you can, because I mean, there's nobody else. You're going to have to just do that. And so, and then with that, you will be able to move forward and grow from that, and be able to like, move forward is just the term that they keep repeating. So, whatever that may look like for you, though it is not fun or good, I'm not necessarily saying it's bad, because I just say that there's just, this too shall pass kind of thing is where we're at right now. So, yeah, but, I do hope that resonates for you. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you want to deep dive a little more, we can do that. So, you can book a session too. So, you got it. Dr. Ash, spiritual biologist. Thanks. Thank you. All right. And so, let me know if that resonated for you, Heather. And then Gabby's going to be my last one. And then, while I'm waiting for Gabby to come in, let me know if you're here. Just a reminder, we're doing the Phat Life picnic at the end of the month. This is the last Saturday of the month. I'm going to have Panera catered, so if you want to be a part of the catering piece, their tickets are available online. If you don't want to be a part of the catering piece, but you still want to come, you can. It's at the Oak Ridge Pool, outdoor pool. It is cash only, but you can still come. I just won't have food for you. So, but if you want to do that, go online and check out the events. I also have a couple workshops and stuff coming up too. So, all right, Gabby, thanks so much. I'm going to take a moment and connect with you, and then see what the cards have to say. See, the cards are shuffling. See, they shuffle different for everybody. And these are shuffling really nicely for you. And it's giving me really good energy in all of this. But underlying the surface, there's a lot of anxiety that's coming up for me. So it's like, yeah, things are good, but I'm anxious about it being good. That's how this comes across. Yeah, see, I'm even like biting my lip out of like anxiety. And I don't know if necessarily you're an anxious person, and you might be an anxious person every day, but it's like in the sense of like, I don't know. All right, let's see what the cards have to say. All right, this first card is Earth or Home. The next card is East or Beginnings. And then the last card is the Cave of Protection. And so, dude, I was literally just biting my lips. See? I know what I'm doing. I can't help it. When I start connecting, there have been times where I'm like, God, I feel like I can't breathe. And they're like, oh my gosh, I have a deviated septum kind of stuff. It's like, so yeah. But these three cards, basically, for me, the way that it's coming across is like in the path, home was not so safe. And now we're trying to get it into a safe place is almost how this comes across. Flipping everything. See how crazy that is? But this particular card is, the way that this is coming across is like, we're finally making it home. Like and I don't mean home as in arriving to home, but it's like, sorry, like we have a house and we're making it home is what this feels like. And especially with that second card of Beginnings, it's like we've gotten this house, we have these new beginnings, and we're making it a home. And now the third card of Protection, it's like this is our place of peace is what it needs to be. But what's funny is what they're showing me is like, it wasn't always like that. And so there's been all this chaos and craziness around it, but it's like time to let things settle down a little bit is how that comes across. Especially, which I love these cards. Like, just look. First of all, I love the diversity on these cards, but it just so happens that the three cards that I got were like these strong but soft Black women. And, you know, in our society, beautiful, like, Black women aren't always allowed to be soft. They just have to be strong. And obviously, like, that doesn't necessarily have to do anything with you specifically, but it does come across in the sense of like, I've always had to be strong. Doesn't matter race-wise, but I've always had to be strong, but I'm allowed to be strong and soft is how that comes across. And so it is okay for you to kind of come into that softness and, you know, and you can still be strong and still be the badass that you are to do that with everything. So I hope that makes sense. I kind of went off on a tangent there, but I do hope that resonates for you. Let me know in the comments if it did. And if you have any questions, let me know. Or when you're ready to book your full, more in-depth one, we will. But so that's everybody on my list for tonight. If you missed out on that and would like your own reading, again, I will be at the Mystic Orb in Clinton tomorrow from 12 to 5. Come in. I'm offering discounted readings tomorrow. It's first come, first serve. So just walk on in, and if I'm available, we'll get you taken care of. Or if you don't mind waiting a little bit, we'll just kind of pop you in. It really depends. Sometimes I'm super slow. Sometimes I'm jam-packed. So, but yeah, I'm at the Mystic Orb tomorrow. I will be at the Black Cat in Oneida next Saturday, if you're up there. And then if neither one of those work, I do readings like Tuesday and Thursday evenings virtually, or you can always reach out to me and we can try to figure something out. But yeah, that was the most spot-on reading I've ever had from you, or at least 1,000% safe. So awesome. I love hearing that. I like, the more I do this and I can really kind of hone in on everything, I love it. I love being able to connect and share those messages. And so, so yeah, but what I would love for you guys to do is, if you don't mind, to go into the Phat Life and just kind of comment, make a post telling others how it went. You do not have to get too personal, but just being able to say like, man, that was spot on or whatever. I appreciate that because that helps me so much. And then I hope to see you at either one of the shops that I'm reading for, or at one of the events that we have going on. Like I said, we have the picnic at the end of the month. And then our big workshop is at the end of July. It's the Emperor and Empress workshop, which is all about money manifestations and reaching goals and how to set them in that millionaire mindset. And then that's the Emperor part. And then the Empress part is like, okay, now that we've got these goals ready, we need to like do some inner work to make space for them so that we can welcome them in. So yeah, but if you're interested in all of that, everything's available on my website, and I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for being a part of this community. And man, like, it just warms my heart being able to do this for you and being able to just do my thing, because like I geek out on this so much, and I can't wait to see you at the next thing. So I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great night. Bye.